It started with radio.
Mr. Pop.
Then along came TV.
On the air 5 nights a week with America's greatest singing star.
Personal computers began dotting the landscape.
Then Al Gore invented the internet.
I took the initiative in creating the internet.
Because of you, suddenly personal computers got, well, really personal. And media was no longer just media. It transformed into interactive media. Now, in 2012, interactive media explodes. And when the dust settles, a new generation of media will be born. It's not just radio, it's not just TV, and it's not just the internet. Welcome to TRadioV.com. T-Radio V, radio in TV, everywhere.
T-Radio V, radio in TV.
Radio in TV.
All right, right now, folks, two gentlemen who I've interviewed on several occasions, but never both at the same time, but they are legends. They have helped shape generations of culture, both in comedy and just social commentary and outlook, as we're looking at them appearing at different shows here in the Bay Area. We're talking about the one and only legendary Mr. Dick Gregory, who's over here. Everybody knows and loves him.
Thank you.
And of course,
you should at least have some fake applause.
and of course, Mr. Paul Mooney. You know, he's in the building as well.
All right.
And I don't even know where to begin because
Well, let me begin for you.
Okay, because both times
He tricked me.
he did. How so?
See, I thought the money was in comedy. Hear me good now. It's in writing.
It's in writing. Okay.
Trust me. If you know a comic that's made $1 billion, the writers have made $10 billion.
Oh, okay.
The writer, and that's his genius. And few people could do what he did. He's able to write and step over to the other side. Few people
Okay,
can do
right on. Well, we don't have a real applause machine, but we'll applause anyway.
Well, you do it loud. You got good black hands. How you
Yeah,
do that? Why you think white folks scared them hands? Hit it. There you go.
There you go. Have he ever written for you? Has Paul Mooney ever written for you?
Oh no, I couldn't afford it. Oh, big bucks, man. Big bucks. Yeah,
But
they
you know
changed the whole income section for him.
I hear that.
He's Negro with this kind of check. Must be stealing.
But you know, who was first on the scene? Was it you and did Paul? You were?
You know, it's Dick Gregory.
Oh, okay.
He's up there trying to act crazy.
Oh, come on, man. He got socks older than me.
No,
But-
Dick opened the door for a lot of us.
Really?
Yeah.
When did you
Well, it
first?
was-
So he
it was
did that crossover with that Playboy Club.
Yeah, it was the whole thing that, see, we have laws that's not written, you know. And there was never a law that said a white woman couldn't vote. They just knew it.
Right.
And so there was never a law that says black comics cannot work white nightclubs. If you sang and danced, you can, but you couldn't stand flat-footed and talk.
Really? Wow.
That was, and then Hefner
Hugh Hefner.
broke that. It's kind of interesting because at that time when I come through, the mob owned about 99% of the clubs. And here's the little guy come through, fragile, not a mob, and did it. And the world is different. The world have never been the same. And the sad part is that how many of those great comic minds.
Who were some of the comics that were coming out around your time? And what years are we talking
They'd
about?
already been out. The 60s, they'd already been out, but they wasn't able to work white nightclubs.
Who are some of the names we should know?
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby was a bartender.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was
Red
a
Fox,
bartender.
Mom's Maid, all of them was there, but it was only known in the African American community.
Mom's Baby was the brilliant one
Yes.
because she was actually young, playing an old person.
That's right.
Really?
Yeah, young, and then she ended up playing who she really was.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
she was clever.
I got her teeth.
She started out with no teeth.
Yeah.
But she was brilliant.
Yeah, and you talked about.
And she was a stripper.
Oh, I didn't know
Every-
that.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know that either.
Oh,
She
yeah,
had
she
to
was-
start out young.
No, she was a stripper. She started out with pig meat and them people.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's where they know her
Yeah.
from. That's how she came. Yeah,
Wow.
and she, she would do all this stuff about old men and all this kind
Yeah.
of stuff. That was her thing. And it all started at the Apollo.
Yes.
See, it all started at the Apollo. Remember Amos and Danny? They were white.
Right, yes.
See, people don't know that.
That's right,
Amos and
yeah.
Danny on the radio was white folks.
That's right.
That's
and we
right.
loved them
Yes.
because that's all we had.
That's all we had in the radio. I mean, we listened to tap dancers on the radio.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
that's all we
something
had.
wrong with that,
That's
right?
all we had.
Yeah, that's all.
Is that cold?
And,
all we
when
had.
when you're living in a system that this is the most important thing going, you want to be part of it. Just like TV. TV becomes the most
But it was,
important.
you know what? It was economics, because they didn't want to pay black people. They wanted black people to do something like picking cotton for free.
Yeah, well,
So they kept the radio white, and they said, "Well, we'll just act like them and keep the money too."
that makes sense.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
I
I guess
know.
if we was white, we did the same.
I used to be white. Don't put me. I used to be white, man.
Can I
No,
ask
no,
you
you
this?
used to be white.
Well, I
Then
got
you,
you
then you
taking all
stole
them herbs.
Then you stole something.
That's funny.
And they said he can't be white no more. He's shoplifting.
Let me ask you this. The humor that you all do now touches on race and politics and all that. But did you have that sort of racial humor back in the 50s and 60s? Was that even allowed?
We all had it. White folks didn't have that. We all had it. I mean, we knew it. We knew what was going on. We get up there and talk about. You see, all African Americans knew what we was talking about. They
Right.
felt it. They knew.
So you didn't have to code it. You could be as direct as you are today.
No, you weren't even thinking about that. Just like your mother worked. Like she works at the big restaurant. She wasn't coding food when she was cooking. They call her cook.
Right.
No, first, I did not know coming out of a all black neighborhood. I consider it. A neighborhood is where you control the cops, control the banks, control the education. We have never, I don't care how many PhDs you got, you have never lived in a neighborhood. We live in a hood.
Right.
And a hood is something you put on your face, over your face when you're trying to hide something.
Mm.
And so consequently, until we control all of that, then we don't control. And so coming out of an all Negro community in St. Louis. Now, St. Louis is bad enough.
That's
as
where
it
you're
is.
originally from.
Yeah, you go to St. Louis today, you got to set your watch back 3 hours.
Right.
You know? And so coming out of that, and I didn't know anything about, I thought all white folks was free. I mean this is no stage show. I didn't know white folks would tolerate, because only white folks I saw was in the movie. And they didn't tolerate it. John Wayne was my man. Say, if you right and they wrong, shoot them.
Mm.
And so until I get me a gun, I was doing it with my finger. Pow, pow. You know, pow, pow. My mother, pow, make me mad, pow, pow. And so then what happened to black was the fastness of the news. The reason it's so wild now, you got 500 channels. You know, back then, but people, right now, the dumbest, oldest, slowest person on the planet, they know what happened. If a crane crashed in Budapest today, in 10 minutes, those bodies in your living room. So the whole mind thing then changed.
So it took a while for things just
For
to get
them,
out.
he's always been there. He's always had it. But you got to move up because he's not talking to the stuff. He's talking to the audience out there.
Paul, when did you get into the business?
When did I get into it?
Yeah, I mean, what years? We're talking 60s, 70s?
Well, no. I started. Actually, I used to write. I wrote first. I was writing with people, and all the comics around me would say, "You're very funny. You should be doing comedy. You know, you're funny. You should be writing." Flip Wilson, him, everybody. You, Paul, you're so funny. You should be. They'd all say that to me. Right? I said, no, I like writing for people because I was writing for Richard, so I like that better. And then Richard would say to me, "No, you should be on stage. You're funny. You're very funny. You're funny. You talk funny. You are funny." You know, they said to me, "You should be." And they kept saying it, so I said, well, let me just try this too. And because the first time really that I got on stage, remember that white boy Ronnie Shell?
Yes.
Well, he used to open for those black folk singers, Joe and Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were
Yep.
like the Smothers Brothers
Yes.
of that time. They're getting ready to do a movie about them too. So, and I went to school with them, and so they said, no, Paul, why don't you come? And I had no material, but I wrote for people, not
Right.
for myself. So what I did was I I got up and I just did all Ronnie Shell's material.
Were they bad then?
Yeah, I just did all this. I did all his material, and so the audience would really laugh real hard because they knew I was doing his material.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And so one night he came, he got real mad. He got real mad. He got real mad. He said, "Why are you stealing my stuff?"
Yeah.
I said, "Because it works." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I said, "It works." And coming from me, the audience knew it. The white audience knew I was doing his material because they knew him. You know what I'm saying? So it was funny. Then I started doing my own stuff. But till this day, Ronnie Shell, I think he died too. I think Ronnie Shell died.
Probably died when you doing this stuff.
No, but see, it's hard because you're a young person to try to explain to them, you know, because they think that all this stuff is their birthright.
Yeah.
They don't know that we had to march and sit in and
That's
die
right, yes.
and do everything to give them their freedom.
Yes.
They actually think that they were born free.
Yeah.
They don't know what we had to go through.
But even when we had to go through, we thought we was born free. We thought we was helping somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm
saying,
saying, you know.
But I'm saying they really don't have a clue.
I knew that I wasn't born free.
They think they do. No, they because especially dealing with white people, they think that that's a domestic dog. You know what I'm saying? They think that, but we know it's a wolf.
Well, you see, that's great. You see, the reason they go through what they go through, when you accept injustice, you become unjust. And when you live with filth, you become filthy. And so when you drive from the highway and you pass a paper mill and you smell that stink, there's no stench like a paper mill. But the people that work there don't smell it. Well, that's black folks in America. We've been around this one. We don't even smell it. And so we individually, but there's a universal force that say you got to smell it.
You know, one of the things I notice about both your material, it's always in the direction of freedom and enlightenment. But do you think today's comics that are coming up now, do you think they carry that torch?
You know, they don't have to. Look, I don't go up into to tend to be liberated by an entertainer. Huh? America don't send comics to the front line. They fighting battles all over the world. They don't send. That's a cop out. Okay. If you're entertaining, you sing opera. When I go to a football game, I don't go to see no black person liberate. I want you to outrun Jesus with the ball. That's what I come here to see.
So you want them to be? You don't want them to be speaking consciously?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I know conscious people.
Okay.
I don't have to go to if you want to go someplace and hear about this or hear about Apple, I don't go to no damn nightclub, movie.
But here's the problem with us. This, for me personally, here's the problem. You too. Here's the problem with us. Everybody doesn't want to be a fireman. Yes. Everybody doesn't want to be a brain surgeon.
Yes.
Everybody doesn't want to be a cook.
Yes.
Everybody doesn't want to be a singer. Everybody doesn't want to be a rapper. But everybody wants to be a comic.
Yeah.
Everybody, your little dog, everybody makes with the jokes. And that's what makes our job real hard because we have to compete with ourselves and everybody around us. Everybody wants to laugh. You hear politicians, you hear Obama, you hear all of them making with the jokes.
Yeah.
Everybody makes the joke. The singers, that's why I started taking singing lessons. I'm sick of singing. Every time, get up on the stage and sing.
Yeah.
What is all this talking and trying to tell me jokes? I didn't come here for you. If I want to see a comedian, I go see a comedian.
Yeah.
What happened to just sing the song?
Yeah.
What happened to simplicity?
So too many people are outside their lane.
Just simplicity.
Well, you know, other thing about comics, there's no school for it. There's no school for everything. Brain surgeons, huh?
There's school. Yeah, they got to go to school.
But y'all take time to perfect your craft. You write, you got the material. A lot of people seem like they freestyle when they come up.
The funniest joke you ever heard wasn't about professional comedians, about friends and relatives.
Right.
A comic is a thing called timing. Just to make somebody laugh, you don't need the timing. That's his genius. You know, just you sit and you look at him. He breathes, the way he looks around. All of that's timing. You're not born with that.
We did it slavery, before slavery and after slavery, to keep our brains.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the house slave, and they would go at each other, you know, to keep your brain going, to keep us strong. Because if you don't keep this brain clear, it'll die. It'll shut down on you.
Yeah.
It will, because it's not getting any food.
That's right.
It's not. No, seriously.
No,
it's
I
not
know,
being fed.
Yeah.
People don't understand that. You know, it's like people who are homeless who ask for money and beg and all that. Because my grandmother raised me, and she always told me, they'll ask her for money, and she tells them, she said, try working, it works.
Yes. Yeah.
Simplicity.
I
Try
tried
working,
telling
it
that
works.
to Rockefeller one day. It didn't work.
Yeah.
He ain't never had a job. When I knew something was wrong with working, is I used to play hooky from school.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, where's the one place I can go where the white cops can't find me? It was the zoo, Forest Park.
The zoo.
And I was there one day when they was feeding the gorilla. Gorilla eat more food in one day than I eat in 6 months. They ain't never had a job. You know, never had a job.
Mm.
And you notice, everybody who controls this planet don't work. You got more intelligence in your baby finger than Prince Charles got in his whole body. You don't have to work. Why? Because his mama and them never told him he had to. It's in here.
Right, but then everybody wants to be like Prince Charles. And everybody wants to be like those
Because
folks.
we all are. Prince Charles, Queen Elizabeth make $360 million every 24 hours just interest on her money.
Mm.
But if she's sitting next to my welfare cousin on the park bench, they both breathe in the same amount of oxygen.
I don't like Prince Charles. Because
Really?
he didn't invite Obama to the wedding.
Yes.
And he invited, what's the little gay boy's name? The little singer, piano player.
John.
Elton John?
Elton John.
Yeah.
He invited
Yeah.
Elton John, his little
Yeah.
friend. And that's the president of the United States, the most powerful country in the world. But I understand, I understand why he didn't invite him.
Yes.
Because it conjures up too much negativity. Because Obama looks like that black Egyptian his mama was sleeping with.
Oh.
Obama looks like that boy's
Oh,
twin.
wait
Yeah.
a second. Who is his mama sleeping with?
Oh, you know, you just.
I don't know.
Just trying
I
to be
don't
funny.
know.
Oh, you
Yeah,
just
just trying to be.
now
You
I'm
know
not
he
trying-
know.
I'm not
You
trying to be
know
a
he
comic.
know.
You know his
I don't
mama.
Yeah, he know.
You hear?
Yeah, the
don't
black
know.
Egyptian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Wait, who
him.
is it? Tell me. I don't know.
The one she died in the accident.
Yes.
Oh, do you talk? Okay, what's his name again? The guy that got
Yeah.
killed.
Obama and him look like twins.
Yes.
But Obama could play him in a movie.
Yeah, and see, they thought he was Arab, but he was Egyptian.
Yes.
And Egyptian is the lightest African on the continent of Africa.
Thank
That's
you.
why they blamed them for all the stuff when it really came from the Nubians, who was jet black.
But that conjures it up because his mother was crazy about that man.
Oh, yeah.
And from what I understand, because you know, the servants know everything. You
Well,
know,
she's already pregnant. You know that.
they said that
Oh,
she was
Yeah,
carrying his black
it
baby.
was carrying. And
Well,
that's
she loved black folks. She wasn't kissing with them. She was dancing with them.
Yes.
I mean, she always went to Africa. She was in Africa every 15 minutes.
Oh, wait.
You
I'm
know,
faking like he
so
was
So this is Princess Diana.
Princess Diana.
Wow.
Yes, what do you think we was talking about?
Yeah.
Diana Ross?
You know, he thought
Diana Ross. He thought we was talking about Diana Ross. Yes. And that's why they got so upset. And it was no accident. That was a hit.
Oh, yeah.
They killed her.
That was already.
Because you know the British.
Yes.
Oh, we can't have some little Pinto baby being heir to the throne.
Yeah, he had a brother and sister.
Right,
Gonna
right.
Be king with a half. But
Right.
you know that happened before now.
Oh yeah.
With when King George the first was married to Queen Elizabeth III. Now she was more royal than him. She came from the Mecklenburg family.
Okay.
She had a sister named Charlotte. A lot of brothers, but her and her sister was just like this. And
Well, who's the one that gave up the throne? Remember the one that gave the throne?
Yeah.
Because she went to Africa. Remember?
Yep.
And went in that hut with that brother.
That's right.
And never came out.
Yep.
Wow.
Gave the throne up.
And so what happened was one day Charlotte's hair started getting nappy.
Yes.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Yeah, nappy, not coarse.
Yeah,
There's a difference.
nappy-
Nappy means black.
Black, yeah.
Coarse means
You know, could be something else.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Well,
nappy.
so
yeah.
they had to move her. They sent her to America, to the new land.
So all this
Well, no,
intrigue
and
from
no,
being.
wait a minute.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
did good in business. We sent her to Charlotte, and that's why they named the town after Charlotte, which happens to be in the county of Mecklenburg.
Yeah. That's why they always say, by George.
Yes, by George.
Started with that George Washington.
Tall, dark,
Yeah.
and handsome. Now, you ever heard
By
a black
George.
person call a black one tall, dark, and handsome?
Yeah, isn't it?
They talking about white folks who they know is us.
Mm-hmm.
Tall, dark, and
And
handsome.
handsome.
Clark
Wow.
Gable, tall, dark, and handsome.
Well, so
Rudolph
Clark Gable was-
Valentino.
Yeah.
You
They-
know
they
him.
were-
Oh, you know he was, man.
I didn't know.
Did your mama ever talk to you? They had all the
But there's
secrets.
people listening that might not know that they were black folks.
Well, then you tell them they didn't know.
Clark
until you told
Gable.
them. Yeah, tell them your mama told you.
Oh, so a bunch of them was black.
No, a whole lot of them.
Bunch of them was
Yeah.
black. Oh, yeah. Bunch of them.
Tall, dark,
Dark
and
and
handsome.
handsome. Oh, yeah.
As long as
Oh,
you've
yeah.
been black, you
Yeah.
ain't never heard nobody say, "Oh, Milton be here today, tall, dark, and handsome." We don't use that term for us. That's a code.
Okay.
Oh, there's a lot of cool. Remember that? What was her name? The one with the big breasts. Mae West.
Mae West,
I
yes.
love me some Mae West.
Oh.
And they said she was a prostitute.
Yes.
That's what they said before because she started late, and you could tell she was like a madam. Then they said she was a man. There's all kind of rumors about it, but I don't care if she was. I loved her because the funniest thing I ever saw. She loved black folks. The funniest thing I ever saw in her movie, because she would write an improv in her movies.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Because she asked the black maid. Remember the black maid, the big fat black maid.
Yep.
She said, "What kind of men do you like?" And the black maid, you know what she said? She said, "Tall, dark, and handsome." And Mae West said, "Well, you should go to Africa. There's a lot of them there," which was funny. That was a bold line to say in their movies. Because white folks got
Well, you're talking about the 40s and 50s,
They got written laws and unwritten laws.
Yes.
Wow.
Unwritten laws. And remember, it all broke because remember in the films before the black exploitation films, white people would always depend and speak up for black people. Black people couldn't speak up for themselves.
No, you're right.
If somebody white called you the N-word, called you a nigga in the movie, you couldn't say something. Your white friend could say it. Don't call my black friend that. You know, I'm gonna sock you. You know, you couldn't say I'm gonna sock you until that Sidney Poitier.
Sidney Poitier, yes.
When Sidney came, and what was that movie? He was down
it was
south.
a movie. Yeah, it was a movie where he was putting hands on white folks.
No, but he was down south. Remember that movie? He was down south with the guy that used to be in All in the Family. What's his name?
God,
What was that movie called?
The sheriff guy.
The sheriff. What's the name?
I'm trying to remember the name.
Whatever
of it
the name
too.
of the movie was. Somebody out there knows.
But Sidney
And-
broke that color
and-
line.
But it wasn't written in the script. And because Sidney being from the islands, you know how grand and arrogant they are.
Oh,
And no, it is. It wasn't in the script. And in the script, the white man pimp slaps Sidney. He slaps him in the movie. We'd never seen that in the movie. Remember? He slaps him. And being from the islands, Sidney's arrogance couldn't handle it. Sidney pimp slapped the hell out that man. I mean, that man hit him bang. He said, "Whack!" And that man started crying. Remember, that white man started crying. That was not in the script.
Wow.
There was a time I could have had you shot for that, remember? That was the best. Wasn't that the best?
Yeah, no.
We went crazy in the movie. We'd
I
never
think
seen no
the
stuff.
best I've seen, though, it was the Red Tail. Did you see that yet?
Did you like Red Tail?
I
The
I
new
didn't
one?
say I liked it. I said
Well, I saw the previews. That's
What?
the Red
Did
Tail.
you see Red Tail?
I saw it.
All right. Now, I'm on planes every day.
Right.
First, it's about black men.
Right.
You didn't see one black woman in it
I know that was a big,
Not
big
one
miss.
black woman.
Right. Not one.
at all.
Yeah.
Usually military, they had pictures of that lady up on the wall, and not one.
Right.
Okay. Now, what got me was the brothers flying back from a mission in that plane,
Right.
300 miles an hour. See that poor white woman,
Right.
battalion, hanging up her laundry. That didn't bother me. He went to the base and land and came back to her house. Now I'm on planes. I ain't never been able to look out the window and see nobody's address. You know, that white woman put some magic on him.
Well, you know, they sent that out as a DVD. It made all kind of money, just trillions of dollars outside of this country.
Yes.
Oh,
Because
really? Oh,
they didn't
okay.
want to release it here. They put a lockdown on it. They didn't want to release it. And what did you say they called it?
Red
Tail.
Tail.
Yeah, that was not the original name.
Right, okay.
Yeah, they had a lot of problems with the original name. Coontails.
Coontails.
And yeah,
Coontails.
yeah. So they thought there'd be riots. So they,
Then I can understand how he knew where she lived.
now you can understand, right?
Coontails is like that.
How do you? What's your thoughts on the help?
I have no, well, the help, look, listen. I had a black mother.
Mm-hmm.
The strongest two forces in the history of America has always been the black woman and the black church.
Okay.
Okay. You trace it back to where did we hear humor, not jokes? The black preacher. The black preacher. He didn't get up in the morning and said, I'm going to go tell some good jokes today. It's in your spirit.
Right.
In your spirit, right? Okay. And so when you sit and look at the maid or whatever they call it, and what that black woman was supposed to have done in that white woman's case, I'm not even buying into that in no shape, form, but it defamed all black women that's ever lived. Their spirit is not like that.
Right.
In no shape, form, or fashion. But they got over it, and they able to do it, and able to do it. And that's what movies are very powerful.
Well, the film, is a power for the white male.
Yes,
What he can't get in reality,
that's right.
he says, okay, black man, I cannot beat you up. I can't be the heavyweight champ.
Yes.
I can't beat you up.
Yes.
Big, black, wild, you bangy.
King Kong.
Yeah, King Kong. I can't beat you
King
up.
Kong.
But when I make this movie, I'm kicking your butt.
That's right. Yes.
Rocky, Rocky,
Yeah.
Rocky,
Yeah.
Rocky.
It's me.
They actually think that
That's
that
right.
he's
They have
real.
a statue for him.
One Rocky
he's
movie
real. It's a
made
movie.
more than all of
Yes.
Ali's fights if you
Rocky,
multiplied by
yeah,
1,000.
Rocky. They actually think that
Yeah.
that's a movie.
Yeah.
That's not happening in real life.
Yeah, no.
That doesn't happen in real life. You can't pay no big black man $20 million and think he ain't gonna beat you up. He would beat up a white man for free.
That's right.
You know, you giving him $20 million. You know he gonna get his butt whooped. I'm surprised. I know people been bitten there. You know they get bitten.
Yeah.
They bite folks.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised somebody ain't been shot.
Yeah.
I'm surprised some brother don't get there just shoot somebody. Now give me my money. But we said knock him out, not kill him. He said, I want my money. But it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And look how what's the one, the heavyweight champ, the first one, that big.
Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson.
And it's a shame that James Earl Jones, and James Earl Jones knows better,
Yes.
gonna play him so ignorant. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. You remember that?
I know,
And
yeah.
so this thing so good, I give you this. That man
Yeah.
wasn't like that.
Yeah.
Both his parents were educators. That man was very articulate and white women loved him. White women committed suicide
Oh, yeah.
over here.
Yeah.
They committed suicide over here.
That's
And
right.
he would whoop everybody's butt. And you know they got him for that. You know when he went white slavery, when he went
White
across
slavery.
the board with that
Yeah.
young girl,
No,
and he came back.
He was married to her.
Yeah, and they put him in jail.
That's right.
Remember, they finally, I think Bush freed him and gave him all, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, they finally
No,
got
he
him.
haven't been yet.
Yeah, and they put him in prison.
That's
Remember?
right. Yes.
He whooped everybody's butt in prison.
Yep.
He beat him. The prison people put him out. They say he's beating everybody up, and he got to go. And he ate up all the food.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said, "I'm gonna eat up all the food. If somebody says something, I'll knock you out." I mean, he had them all scared. He had them
And
scared.
that was his wife.
Yeah.
And could dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he could wear
Oh,
some
yeah.
clothes.
And they said,
And he
Wait.
used to have gold
Well, he
teeth,
married.
Jack
He
Johnson.
married white women. He married white women left and right.
Oh,
he was
yeah.
married.
Yeah.
They follow him around. They love that brother.
and then they did the movie, which
Yeah.
was King Kong. Most folks don't know that was the King. Yeah. Didn't it
Yeah.
start off at Empire
Yeah.
State Building?
Yes,
Now
King
what
Kong.
gorilla gonna go to New York? It ain't no bananas, and Lord no ain't no trees. What's there? Madison Square Garden,
But that-
the
the-
boxing capital of the world. That's,
The
that's
original version of King Kong, okay?
Yeah.
They had him. Remember they had him eating the black woman, literally. Remember?
Yep.
Did they
But
really?
when
Yeah.
he literally ate them. But
Wow.
when he saw that white woman, he was like OJ.
Just stop.
Remember? Yeah, just
Stop.
possessed. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he had never seen nothing white.
Look, he's on top of the Empire State Building, and he could have knocked the plane down, but he's holding the white lady.
Yes, to save her.
They get the little pitter putter planes. He's saving her.
Remember the white man at the end? Beauty
Yes,
killed the beast.
Yes.
The black man was the beast.
yes, I know.
Beauty.
I know.
Protect her from them
And
airplanes.
it worked. Do you know the #1 killer in Jamaica of young folks? Not drive-bys, not drugs, huh?
What?
Not bleaching cream.
Yes.
You hear me?
Now they're getting them Asians.
Wait a
Yeah,
second.
no. The #1 killer of Chinese women
Yeah,
in China
bleaching,
is
bleaching.
bleaching
Bleaching.
cream.
That
Hollywood
made it came
movies
back
have
now?
taught you
Yeah.
that yellow ain't enough. Huh? That's the
In the
mindset.
South, how they used to go? If you're brown, remember?
If you brown, you're down.
No,
Brown,
brown hang
hang
around.
Yeah.
Brown,
Black,
And
get
if you
black.
get black, don't
Yellow,
get that
you
cold.
metal.
Black, you yellow, you metal.
Yeah, I used to believe that too.
Yeah, and if you're gay, stay, and we'll give you a TV show.
Yeah. Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, wow,
So
wow.
it's the mindset. When you look at the mindset.
What's it
and
going
how
to
do
take?
you-
What's it going to take to
Well,
to
here's
break
what
it?
it's going to take to do it.
Okay.
If the three of us went to a cocktail party, and then we're going to go to dinner, and at the cocktail party we had tuna fish,
Right.
and the three of us got sick. They take us to the hospital. They know it's a tuna fish, right?
Mhm.
So what do they do to our stomach? They pump it, right?
Right.
Then nobody's created the set to pump my mind with all that stuff that's been going in there. If you my doctor and you write me a prescription to save me, you also got to write the side effects.
Okay.
Nobody's ever talked about the side effects of racism, prejudice, and slavery.
That's
One
true.
day, someone's going to have to come through and do that. Now, certain people already know. They say, well, the Chinese is the smartest people in the school system. Well, that happened after the Korean War. Before that, they portrayed the Chinese as Fu Manchu, some yellow belly.
That's silly.
With, yeah,
Right.
and long
King Kong
green
was that way.
fingernails. Yeah, chasing
A
white
clown.
women.
A
right?
clown.
Right.
And then something happened in the Korean War. the first time we ever fought a war that our prisoners never tried to escape. So they tried to say, well, you know what it was. They don't look like Asians. So they tried to escape from the Japanese when they caught them, and they found out that when you portray them, you get a white boy captured, and some 22-year-old captain come in, Chinese captain, speaking better language than he speak, and know more about Brooklyn than he know, and the mine collapsed.
Right.
So after that, they start portraying the Chinese different of this and that. And even to this day, if you look at, they keep records of foreign students that come in this country. And if you keep records to all the foreign students that come in this country, the most brilliant, 22% of the applicants here make straight A's. There's nobody higher than that. 36% of the applicants make straight B's.
Right.
About X% make D's, C's, and the rest of them flunk, 7%. They know this.
Right.
But as long as they play it up, and you
That's where
buy
it
into
corrupt
it.
and all
Well,
that other
it was
stuff.
actually Bruce Lee came along and changed the whole image, sexual image of Asian men.
Yes.
Because before that, they were all silly. It was the Asian woman that was desirable.
Yes, yes.
You know,
Right.
the
With the little
fantasy,
feet,
the
with the little
movies.
feet.
Well,
Yeah.
Bruce
and all
Lee
this
was
stuff.
bad.
When Bruce Lee came out in black, white, everybody wanted him. Okay, but see, in Bruce Lee, in all his movies, he never slept with anyone.
Yes.
Because it would take his energy from him. In every movie you see, you never see him sleep with nobody.
That's
So
right.
that's
he
why
did,
he's
huh?
so
No,
weak all the time.
but I'm saying that he created that image that brought the sexual thing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then what he did, because he married that white woman, and then he ran his mouth to the white folks. He told them secrets, them Asian secrets. He
Yes.
ran his mouth,
Oh.
and you can't do that. That's why they sent them people to kill him.
Yep.
And see, and his son tried to follow in his steps.
And he
They
got killed
him
with a
too,
gun that
with
wasn't
a gun
loaded.
That wasn't loaded. They
On a
said,
Hollywood
they
set.
said it. They said it on that it was fake bullets,
Fake
right?
yeah.
And but it happened to be real bullets.
Yeah.
Somebody made a mistake.
Yep.
That
Wow.
was a hit.
Yeah.
They got rid of him too. Okay.
Yep.
But they killed. Who did they kill? They killed. What was his son's name? Brandon.
Brandon
and
Lee.
then
Brandon Lee.
Bruce
Yeah.
Lee. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But guess who they better not kill? They're gonna have problems. They kill her.
Who's this?
Sarah Lee. Go on, kill her. them fat women will tear America to the ground.
There's another one them leaves.
Yeah, but if they can't get them cakes and them cookies, somebody gonna get hurt.
Oh yeah. Somebody them Lee cookies. Somebody them Lee cookies.
Wow. Let me just remind people in the studio with us, we have Dick Gregory, we have Paul Mooney.
The Prejudice Awards. I'm sorry, the Academy
Yeah,
Awards.
Academy Award, yeah.
Yeah, the Academy. I'm sorry. The Academy Awards are they're so racist.
Yeah,
Oh,
always,
that California. They try to make California the most liberal place.
Yeah.
It's worse. It's
Please.
Mississippi.
Yes,
Please.
yes.
I mean, that's why they said the movie Mississippi Burning. You know, right. Mississippi ain't never burned.
Now,
L.A. has burned what, about 5 times?
5 times.
But I mean, the Prejudice Awards. They're gonna give awards to any of them movies that win. Some white person is a hero.
Yes.
And if the black person's got to be cooning if they get award.
Oh,
They
yeah,
ain't gonna give them
yeah.
award unless they're cooning.
Yep.
You
yep,
know
yep,
that.
Yep.
They give them the awards for their weak performance. I mean, Denzel Washington, brilliant actor, brilliant.
Yes.
And they gave him a movie when he did something. What they should have gave him an award for, they didn't give him. When he was brilliant.
Which
in.
one would you have given
Also-
him an award? For Malcolm?
Yes.
Oh, everybody's like Malcolm.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. He acted his butt off.
He did. Yeah.
Yeah. But now they got something else, Safe House or something. What is it?
Safe house.
Safe House.
That's
Yeah.
so scary.
Yeah.
And he looks old.
He is old.
Yeah, but they made him look so old. So what is it, Safe House at the old age home? I mean, I just, you ain't safe unless you're at the retirement. I mean, I said, Denzel, stop. Yeah, 'cause, I mean, they're so strange. That Hollywood is so strange. They're very strange. You know?
Always have been.
And then Billy Crystal going to be on there doing Sammy Davis and
Yeah.
blackfacing and all that old.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Whole game.
They're nervy. They are nervy. White folks are nervy.
Wow.
Yeah. Every time I think I was.
What's the last movie you've been in?
I don't know. So long ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was so long ago. I was in movie. They didn't even have royalties. That's something new. You know? But I was hoping Herman Cain would have won the nomination on the Republican side.
That robot?
Herman Cain would have been funny.
Oh, they killed Herman Cain 3 years ago. That's a robot. He's an android.
You know who he was? He was president. He was chairman of the Kansas City Federal Reserve.
Was he
You're
really?
kidding.
No black man. Just sat down. Now let me tell you about the Kansas City Federal Reserve. Have you ever got a tax refund check?
Yeah.
It says Kansas City Federal Reserve.
That was Herman Cain hooking
Yeah,
us
that
up.
was
You get an old
Herman.
age pension check.
That's
Kansas City
Herman.
Federal Reserve.
Okay.
Wait a minute now. There's 12 Federal Reserves.
Okay.
Most folks think the first one was Boston.
Mhm.
Second one, New York. Kansas City was the first Federal Reserve. And matter of fact, if you really break down the Wizard of Oz, that's about the Kansas City Federal Reserve. It's about the wheat farmers.
Wait a second. Really? The
Why
Wizard of-
you think it starts in Kansas? Huh?
Look, I'm learning something
And it was
every
about
day.
the trains.
Okay. Okay.
And when they talked about the wicked, old, evil witch, that's the Kansas City Federal Reserve and the train industry that said to the wheat farmers, we don't deliver nobody else's crop. We buy your crop for what we want to buy, and we'll ship it east to put it on the boat.
Well, you know what always the underlying message is. You're right. That's what that what was it? The one that had all the little midgets. You know, the little fairy tale.
You know it all. You probably wrote that shit,
Yeah.
man.
No, but that's about child labor.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Snow White.
That's right.
Snow White,
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
That's about.
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
right. The
Yes,
seven drawers.
that's what
Yeah,
that
that's
was
what
about.
that's about,
Child
yeah.
labor.
All of when you look at the background. Now let me tell you something else. Men in Black. That's about Uncle Tom. Shape shifting.
Really?
Yes.
Did you hear me?
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Did you hear me? That's about shape shifting.
Yes.
And when Harry Beecher Stowe wrote that, never before, and to this day, when they made it into a play, they had never had the amount of companies around the world doing Uncle Tom's Cabin. And when it went in, and the King of Siam looked at it and he said, hey, let's do this as a musical. And it came out, The King and I, as Uncle Tom's Cabin. And last year, 11 Tonys on Broadway was the Book of Mormon.
Okay.
That's Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Wow.
Okay? It's about shape shifting.
Yes.
Okay? And when Napoleon got beat up by the Haitians, they said it must be shapeshifters over there.
Yes.
And they called it, when they found out it was, they called it voodoo, which means spiritual Adam, but they make it sound like it's something
Well,
weird.
it's always that. That's
yeah.
why when we say Amen instead of Amen,
Amen.
it's Amen, Amen Ra. That's
Amen
our
Ra,
God. That's
yeah.
our Egyptian
Yeah,
God.
right.
Amen.
And so it's a trickery in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the closest thing to African religion is really sanctified,
Yeah.
talking in tongues.
In tongues.
And
Yeah.
raising up people.
Yeah.
Well, it is.
Yeah. No, that's
Yes.
They got a little bit of that
Yeah.
at Whitney's
Yeah.
funeral.
and
but
that
you don't
heals
get to see
you.
it on
That,
stage,
that,
for
that,
real.
that
Yeah.
heals you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leave there, and you see blind folks in the church dance all over the church and don't hear nothing.
And Little
That's
Black,
what that-
Little Black Samba wasn't about us. It was about those Indian Hindu people
Yep.
over there. That white woman wrote that about them.
That's
and
right,
turning
yeah.
into line and pancakes
Yep,
and all
yep,
this stuff.
but that's-
And everyone thinks it's about us. And when it came, black people here thought it was about us. It wasn't about us. Because remember, we said, you don't want that in the books. We can't have
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But Black Sambo's used to be a restaurant, remember?
Oh, yeah,
That's what Denny's
yeah,
was.
that's right,
Little
yeah.
Black Sambo.
Denny's was Black
Yes.
Sambo?
Yeah, it was Sambo's. Yeah,
Yeah,
little
Sambo.
black Sambo.
No
yeah.
way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man. I've
White
been
folks,
eating there.
white folks hide everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so, but that's what the occult is about.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
You know.
Now we getting into
But you would think that with all that hidden stuff that things would have changed with Obama. He would have been able to open up
Things
the doors.
would change.
Change,
What change?
how? Change.
Ain't nothing changed
How?
but the
He
weather.
said he was going to bring change.
Ain't nothing changed but the weather.
I'm just asking. I thought that, he would have been able
Well, only
to give us some of these
Anybody
secrets.
who think that is folks ain't gonna do nothing anyway. They look for a way out. They didn't. The reason he can be sitting there now was because the king and all them poor folks that went out there and was ready to buck that thing and die for it. Okay, and it didn't just liberate.
Well, those kids, that youth, those kids on
Yes.
the internet.
Yeah,
Those kids, they had the power.
That's right,
The white
yeah.
folks didn't know that then.
yeah.
Yeah,
folks
they
that are
know that
listening
now.
to it. Folks that are listening to us now.
Well, there's a whole lot of people don't
Yeah.
know who we are.
Right.
You see, when you take, you see, Africa, the continent, is larger than India, China, and Europe put together. Okay.
Okay.
Now, but they was like nations. The Igbos didn't like the Wook, and the so-and-so didn't like this. And so you go over there, and you see somebody speaking a language that you don't know, and then the next country you go to, which is the same continent, And so what slavery did, because when you're dealing with universal order, they came in and stole all of us. I didn't like you because you belonged to that tribe. I didn't like you belong to that. And so they stole us and brought us in one big tent. And then we started having sex and intermingling. And so if you had 200 candy bars sitting here now, and out of each candy bar, you had the scientists pick me the one best thing out of that and then make one candy bar. That's what an African American is. They ain't hip to it. We ain't hip to it yet. Never, ever had there been anybody on this planet that all those tribes had mixed.
Who was that white sportsman? He got in trouble. Remember, he said, "Why do you guys think that blacks can beat us and everything?"
Yeah.
So you did it to yourself. Said you went over there and you bred them and you're the best thing. Of course they're the best.
Yep.
Said you did this.
They fired him.
Yeah, they fired him.
Yeah.
But he was telling the truth.
Jimmy the
Yeah.
Greek or something like
He
that.
was telling the truth.
Yes, yes.
He said, "So who are you? Why are you all pretending?"
Yep.
He told them, like, well, he was a Christian. You know, Christians have guilt.
Yes.
And I
Oh,
don't care what color they are. They will confess. You have to watch a Christian.
Oh, I know.
Because they get guilty and they'll tell on you.
I know. That's why old white folks tell you everything. They're trying to get in heaven. Trying to get in heaven. Trying to get in. I just saw one. I told him to go.
They'll give all the
Go
secrets.
see. You go to a Black Baptist church and you see. You ever been to Black Baptist church?
I'm a member of Black Baptist
I
Church.
didn't ask you was you a member. I just asked you.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Now, have
gone.
you ever been to Catholic church?
Yes.
Okay, now you the communion in the Catholic church. They got them wafers come in from Italy,
Right.
specially wrapped,
Mm-hmm.
specially prayed for, and priests on the boat coming over praying for it.
Right.
And they give you each individual one. 10,000 people go to communion, they get 10,000. You go to a
Right.
Black Baptist church, take a white soda cracker.
Yes.
Ain't been blessed to pay for, ain't had no trip, Nabisco, huh? And if there's 3 people in the church, he hit it break 3 ways. If it's 10,000, he hit it break 10,000 ways. You ain't never had to run back and get another cracker. Now, tell me about that power. I don't care how many people in the church, it'll break how many say. Here you are. You understand? And so so when you step and you look at that other force that comes in, why do you think out of all the slaves in the history of the planet, 5,000 years was the least before they broke their chains? We broke ours in less than 300 because he thought he was stealing workers. He was stealing scientists. I built the pyramid, boy. I'm the one that told you to call it the Big Dip and call it all of that, right?
And they finally admitted that Hannibal is black. We knew
yeah.
it all the time.
Yes.
But who else but a brother riding an elephant?
Yeah, please.
Whooping white
Yeah.
folks' butt.
Yeah, going through the mountains.
Yeah. Who
Going
else?
through the mountains, the elephant.
Who did we think it was? Tarzan?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We knew, but they were saying he was all kind of
Oh, yeah.
with all kind of
Yeah.
mess. But they knew he was black.
Yeah, even say he came from another planet. With an
Remember,
elephant.
they said all kind of stuff.
Yeah,
But you know what? He beat them Romans because they said something to. They probably called him the N-word. They said something. They insulted his father.
Yeah.
And when his father was dying, he made a promise to his father.
Yeah.
He said, "I will bring Rome to its knees."
Yes.
Remember, he said, "I'll bring
Yep,
them
yep,
to
yep.
their knees."
Yep.
He kept half his promise because he whooped them
Well, he
butt
did
for
more than
weeks.
that now. That's why
Yeah.
you can't find a blonde Italian. Think about that now. Oh, he went through that.
Wait a second. In the movie, wasn't that lady blonde?
In real life, we talk about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, real
Now,
life.
let
Not
me
white
show
folks
you
movie.
something else now. He whooped them so bad, it's the only race in the history of the planet that changed their national anthem. Now, they went from Romans to Italians, and you can't see nothing in the book where the switch came from. The great Roman Empire, then it went to Italian. Just change it right in the middle of the street.
Wow.
That's after he got there.
Yeah.
So that was Hannibal.
Hannibal.
We need to do a movie about that.
You know, because those beware of the long ships.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Nubian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Nubian.
belong of the black man with the straight hair.
Yeah.
And the big penis.
Yes,
Beware
yes,
of the
yes,
long ship
yep.
and the big penis.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they try to just say it's Sicily.
Yeah.
It was all over. It wasn't one
That's
little
right,
place.
yeah.
They're always trying to make it like it's one little area.
Yeah. Well, I know wherever it was, it didn't come from my area when it did. They got this new machine. Everybody white folk complaining about. You go to the airport. It says it takes hard everything. I'm with my wife and we go through and she said, "Why you holding it empty? We can't see nothing." She said, "Now you know what I've been through."
Wow.
That's so funny.
Well, you know, we're going to get ready to wrap up. Man, this has been a
Oh, we
treat.
mentioned penis. We got to go now. See?
Yeah.
We crossed over.
Yeah.
I mean, the white folks that run this. And
No,
listen.
we didn't
No,
have to
there
go.
ain't no way I'm
Let
going
go.
there.
He said big.
This
When
is
I
us.
said-
This
when
is
I
us.
said, well, mine's not like that. He said, yes, mine. Let's get out of here.
Oh, now.
Oh, thank you. And you can never thank this brother.
No. It's always a treat. You know, Paul, I got to ask you, for people who don't know, just for the sake of the record, can you name some of the characters that you penned for or played that people may know? Like, we know Negro Damas, but a lot of people don't know
Homie the Clown. Yeah.
Homie the Clown.
A lot of stuff. Yeah, if they don't know, that's too bad. That's not my problem. I know, and that's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
well, you
that's
get
what
a
I
chance,
know.
but I
I
want to make
understand
sure
people
they
out
know.
there that are listening. We understand that. Go on that white man's internet. Look it up. Just,
Yep.
that is his.
Yep.
You know that, don't you?
Oh.
Because he wants to know where you are and what you're doing.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Okay. Just to get on there, he can find out.
I had an
things
ankle
quick.
brace on my legs and in slavery. They think ankle braces is something new.
That's very funny.
And just thank you, brother. Thank you.
No, thank you.
You
Thank
look,
you.
you listen to the show, and then you go home, and then you pick it through, and pick it through, and pick it through. And I was doing a show not too long ago in Europe, and I said, when you listen to all of your records, this is what teaching should be about. You're
Yeah.
taught with that type of cutting humor, because young folks, man, they get bored when they go to school.
No, he
You know.
keeps you on your toes. I was telling the story the other day. I had the nerve to fall asleep in his show one time, and he stopped and called me a black Anglo-Saxon.
Well,
I
you
ain't never-
glad he should have called the crack police on you. Every time you go to sleep on him, you got to be high. You go to sleep on Paul? Boy, you giving crack a bad name. Damn, he loved that's his love for black folks. I'd have called the crack police. You understand?
I've been working all day.
Send your racist, evil cop, because here's a nigga here need a foot whooping. Here, right here.
But I never did it again.
Well, he didn't do crack again?
No,
Or
no.
didn't-
No. He had wasted a drink or something.
Yeah.
And he was trying to be slick. He was
Yeah.
trying to clean it up. He didn't tell the whole story. He had spilled the drink. And he tried to
That's
wipe
some
it up.
that's some slave jeans.
Right.
Cleaning it up.
He couldn't help
Yeah,
himself.
yeah. The white boy drink.
Oh, yeah.
Threw the drink away. I bring it up. His slave jeans came in.
But I make sure I'm always on my toes with him from then on. So that's that teaching.
That's good.
I learned the lesson. Hard one. Dick, I never fell asleep on. So
Well, we want everyone to pledge and so we can keep this station on because we need this.
Yes.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Well, we don't have the fake applause, but I got the strong black hand. So
That's good. That's good. That takes the place for the weak. Takes place for the weak penis. Now you got the strong black hand.
Wait, I got to ask you one question because I have like a bunch of your old albums, and when I listen to them, when you went in on Nixon and Spiro Agnew and talking at Kent State, you were saying a lot of things that now seem to apply today. Did you think that we would be 20, 30 years down the road that the conditions would still be kind of the same?
No, you see, you're looking at it the wrong way.
Okay.
Did I think that 20, 40 years down the road that a black man would be head of the Mississippi State Troopers? That a black woman would be head of social services? Okay? When you think about the fear, see, the fear, and reason we're not further than that right now. There's certain things I couldn't dare say because people think I was crazy, that black folks in America make more money than all the Jews do on the planet. It's been so entrenched that that's not true. You think I was crazy.
Right.
But when you look at spendable income, that means after taxes. That means just the black folks that pay taxes. I'm not talking about criminals. I'm talking about the people who have jobs. Last year, after taxes, this is just the black folks, we did $788 billion after taxes. Wow. Huh? Now, if you take all the oil companies in the world last year, after expenses, they only did $701 billion. Wow. But when you give that type of money, to people who the system that run crazy and they don't know they're crazy, they go out and buy bubble gum and
sneakers. Right.
Well, our sensations are instant. We like instant.
Well, you hit it.
Yeah.
Because when you've been poor and your spirit's whipped down and you go along with it, you look for instant gratification.
Yes, you want to feel good.
Instant. You go get a good bottle of wine tonight, a real bottle. It costs you maybe $40,000. But that don't get you done, because the people that drink that's not looking for instant gratification.
Yeah, but sometimes you just have to get drunk.
But
I'm not going to spend
You're just too
$40,000.
poor to pay your rent.
That's
Just get drunk.
That's
Just
what
get drunk.
truck is for. You get instant gratification. That's why they don't know poor folks have so many babies. Sex is instant gratification. You know, that's why we don't have no horror movies. You know, ain't no brother gonna sit around, he hear some noise he don't know. He gonna get out of. White folks want to get a grant. Where did that strange noise come from?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, they're nosy.
Yeah,
They've always
yeah.
been nosy. They can't help themselves. They've always been nosy.
Oh,
And
yes.
even the titles of their movie tell them stuff they don't listen to.
Yes.
Don't go in the basement. And that's the first place they go.
Yeah. You know, here comes. And I don't know
They
white
think they
women.
help themselves.
I don't know white women, man. They see Frankenstein just scream. I'm saying, run, how, run. Ah! You know what I'm saying? That's why you don't. That's why Wolfman, Dracula, and all, they ain't never mess with a sister. Think about it. As much as they hate me, they ain't never mess with a sister.
Well, there was Blackula.
Huh?
Blackula?
Oh, they was just that.
No,
That's
yeah,
why it
that
didn't
was,
last.
yeah.
Right. Even when
Yeah.
black folks know you playing, they'll run. You know, we do not hang around with scary stuff. They had the earthquake in Washington, D.C. a couple months ago. That's when they found out about black folks, but they got all them cameras now trying to catch up with somebody.
Right.
And the cameras showed the brothers and sisters out on 95 heading toward Philadelphia. And white folk were saying, I wonder why that lamp is moving.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Let's get a grant and see why.
Yeah.
We've been gone. We've been gone.
Well, see, there's a difference between us and them. It just always has been.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
react different to
Yes.
stuff. That's why we don't care what they do. We don't watch them. We don't study them.
Yes.
We don't care what they do.
Yes.
They care about us.
Oh, please. Guy asked me. I was there in the earthquake, and I'll be honest, man. I just landed on a plane. And I saw white folks making these funny motions. That's what they do when they be trying to dance. And then all at once they straightened up and got down. I said, "Must have been an earthquake." Something, you know. And then they want to call. You know how they call you? Like they would figure out stuff for them. They call Dick. Were you here? Yes. What happened? I said, what happened in your neighborhood? And they describe it. I said, well, it was shook so bad, I went through 6 zip codes. So then I said, well, my cousin, it was so bad there in Richmond. He said, well, what happened? I said, it did $4 million worth of improvements. That's how bad off I am. You know, praying for the earthquake.
Well, what happens is, see, the motivation is racial. That's why they spend $50 billion to build a house up on a hill somewhere in L.A.
Yes.
To get away from us.
Yep.
They go with the view,
Yep.
you know, and then they get up there and the mudslide comes and the house come down and they wake up next to Popeyes.
Yeah.
And see, so that's what happens to them. They get punished with us. I mean, it's just the way it is. We don't do all those things. I mean, Marvin Gaye said it best. The only safe place is the Indian reservation. He said
Yes,
it best.
yes.
You don't know what's going on.
At all,
You
yeah.
just listen to him. That's the only safe place. And I actually didn't get that then. I said, it's safe on a reservation?
Yes.
But I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they cool.
Well, there you go. Paul Mooney, Dick Gregory. Well, there you have it. 2 legends. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
you, brother.
No, thank you.
Peace
Thank
to
you,
you.
brother.
We're going to take a break, folks. We'll be back. Paul Mooney, Dick Gregory. What a treat on a Saturday afternoon. We're out, folks. Peace.
T Radio V. Radio in TV.
All right, it's Elvis. I'm out here live, streets of San Francisco for T Radio V, because I'm trying to catch the vibe on everybody thinking about my new show, which premieres July 9th at 9 a.m. Sorry, Jesus Christ the Savior. Never heard of him. I've heard of the devil. because the devil is on T Radio V. It's Elvis. Aren't you ready for Elvis on T Radio V? Say yeah! What's your name? Cool. Hey, are you as excited as I am about my new show on T Radio V? Yeah, just like that. I hope you're pumped up too, right? Baby, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
If you didn't smell like sauerkraut, I would be all over you.
Huh?
Do you eat sauerkraut every day?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's actually it's cabbage and they smother it on weenie.
Oh, that's gross.
I got some underwear smothered on my weenie.
Oh.
What do you guys think about the new show with Elvis on T Radio V?
Never heard of it.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Cool. All right. See, that's the kind of people in the anticipation and the excitement that I'm trying to build here. Thank you. You guys take care. All right. Never heard of it, and I hate you too. Fan support for my new show on T Radio V has been amazing. Profiles in Comedy is the funny new show brought to you by T Radio V. Shot live at Tommy T's Showroom and Steakhouse in San Francisco. Every week, the nation's best up-and-coming comedians will keep you laughing with fresh new routines and hilarious takes on society.
You hit your kids with all the fucking saying, you think you're special, but you're not. You walk around in your little tight pants, right? Little ironic t-shirt, little sideways, hitting their haircut.
They'll keep you coming back for more. Check out these funny people.
It started with radio.
Mr. Pop.
Then along came TV.
On the air 5 nights a week with America's greatest singing star.
Personal computers began dotting the landscape.
Then Al Gore invented the internet.
So I took the initiative in creating the internet.
Because of you, suddenly personal computers got, well, really personal. And media was no longer just media. It transformed into interactive media. Now, in 2012, interactive media explodes. And when the dust settles, a new generation of media will be born. It's not just radio, it's not just TV, and it's not just the internet. Welcome to TRadioV.com. T-Radio V, radio in TV, everywhere.